Don't mind me, just losing a fair bit of coolant every time we drive. So giving it a bit of a top up there. Welcome back to the channel. Hello guys, hope you're all doing well. I'm back. I had a 2-week break on the channel. Well, technically only 1 week. I usually upload weekly and there was a 1-week gap because I was off sailing the Med on a cruise. It was very nice. And I actually met a few viewers of the channel, which was cool. Hope you had a lovely time. Thanks for saying hi. So somehow I've now owned this car for just over 3 months, which has completely flown by. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's spent a fair chunk of its life with me in a garage, but we have very much enjoyed the ownership so far. What did I call this car? Bella. She's a pleasure. Bella is a pleasure. And I today wanted to film a little video talking about the 3 months so far, how I found it, but more importantly, the cost of ownership in that time. It may surprise some of you how much we spent on this car. And I know I did a similar video when we had our old L322. What was that one called? Rachel. Are you sure? I've got no recollection of that. We did a similar video and the price was quite high for the first few months. Few things happened. But yeah, this is basically what today's video is going to be, a little roundup of my experience so far. This is my second L322 I've owned. I had another one for about a month. I've like driven 3 for a fair amount of time to get some sort of experience, but so far, out of the 3, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of touching wood in this video. Luckily, I've got a lovely wooden dash. So far, so good. This was like the most positive experience of owning a Range Rover so far.
Don't say that.
I really regret saying that. Can I go back in time and take those words out of my mouth? Next video, breakdown, engine failure. No, so far, genuinely so far, and I say it with such pessimism because it's not the usual story, but genuinely, it's been pretty good so far. Don't get me wrong, we've got a few knocks and whooshes and funny noises and squeaks coming out. I'm currently sat here sweating in a jumper with the aircon off because of the horrendous noise it makes when the aircon goes on. And we have actually got it booked in with a specialist to look at that soon, as well as turbo sort of a siren noise that we've had, as well as, like I said earlier, the fact that it's losing coolant quite a lot. So every time we drive it pretty much, the coolant's dropping. So I've got to keep filling it up to the top of the cold fill range. So I'm not sure what that's all about, to be honest, no idea. Haven't actually researched much into it yet. Some people have said on a quick Google, over time the seal around the cap can get weak and the coolant can evaporate out of the edges. So we replaced it. We bought a genuine Land Rover part, £25 for a piece of plastic, didn't work. So that's great. So yeah, that's the first cost, £25, tick. Anyway, it's booked in with a specialist and hopefully I'll be able to bring you a video soon delving into a few of these issues a little bit. But so far it's running nicely, other than the noises, and it is a pleasure to drive. It's a 4.4 litre TDV8 if you don't already know. So my previous was a 3.6 TDV8, so it's obviously got that extra power, which I've been enjoying. I've not noticed too much more. Actually, I've actually noticed a better MPG on it somehow. I'm not sure how that works. We're currently on 23.8, which is astonishingly high for one of these, in my opinion. I feel like our old one got down to about 15 at one point, which is slightly embarrassing. I'm not sure what all this traffic's about, by the way, not enjoying this drive particularly. But yeah, I wanted to give you an overall so far experience in today's video. If you are new around here, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We've got a couple of fun videos coming up very soon. One of them, we've got a car coming, we've got for a weekend. It's a bit of a dream come true, and it is part of the Land Rover range, so watch this space for that. There's also going to be an update coming soon on the Porsche. So you guys know I'm looking to buy my first Porsche. I want to talk a bit about that and go into how the hunt is going so far. So lots of good videos to come, hopefully. But yeah, like I said, in today's video, we're going to be getting into costs. So because it's a Tuesday, because it's a sunny day, because it's, I don't know, because I want to, we're going to be treating Bella today to a little scrub, a little wash at the car wash. Was considering doing it myself, traumatized by the detailing video, never want to do it again in my life. 10 hours or 9 hours in direct sunlight, horrendous sunburn on my back, just about recovered from that. But no, I'm joking, that was a lot of fun and I have no regrets in filming that detailing video. I think a lot of you seem to enjoy that as well, and it actually was so satisfying, so I would do it again. But because we put the effort in, we put our ceramic coating on, it's now going to just be like looking so much nicer after getting a car wash. So we're going today to like a hand car wash near us. It's just down on the seafront, and treating it to a little outside wash. The inside doesn't really need doing, so we're just going to do outside today because I think we've got about a week of sunshine, fingers crossed. It will rain tomorrow now that I've said that, but that is the plan for this morning. But I also wanted to film this video if anyone is potentially considering getting one of these, because obviously you have the price of the car when you buy one of these. I mean, any car you buy, you've got the price of the car and then you've got the running costs, right? I feel like most cars, you've got price is 99% the price of the car, and then maybe 1% is the running cost you've got to consider. So like the servicing, the potential repairs, the maintenance, like what you need to do to keep it running nicely. I feel like with this species that we're in, this species of car is probably more like a 20% cost of the car, 80% repairs and maintenance. Maybe I'm being dramatic effect for YouTube, but these certainly have got a bit of a bad rep. And I just wanted to give you maybe a positive experience, touch wood, so far, because some of you are probably put off by the idea of owning one of these because of the repairs, and obviously you have to be prepared for that. But honestly, so far for me, it's actually been fairly smooth sailing. Okay, currently getting snow foamed, or about to be. It's only £15 here for a full outside wash. It's not including any like wax or anything, but we don't really need that because we've done all the work beforehand. So this should just be a nice, quick, easy run-off job. Cost-wise, starting with the absolute essentials, so like the things that aren't by any means a luxury. So the initial purchase price obviously was the biggest cost. The cost to purchase were £8,500, and then the essential costs, so the things that are like non-negotiable, by no means a luxury, things like car insurance. We're going to go through them first. So the car insurance, we've got it on a multi-car policy. So I think we get a bit of a discount because we've got 3 cars on it, but the Range Rover on its own is about £70 a month. So we had 187 days left on the multi-car cover, and that was £440. So that's like £840 the full year. Road tax is a bit of a killer. The road tax is £62 a month. So far that's cost me £186. I always like to pay for my road tax monthly, because if you pay the full amount, you don't get a refund. Whereas obviously with insurance, if you sell the car, you can get a refund for the remaining amount. Road tax, we've done it before. We've paid a full year, gone to sell the car, and we've like lost 3 or 4 months worth of road tax, which isn't ideal. There are a few things that the person we bought the car from agreed to get done. For example, the new seat belt, we had that fitted at a garage. The boot switch, turns out it just needed to be plugged back in, but that was all sort of done with no cost to us. As you know, we still need to figure out the whole rotting boot strut situation with the rust, but I think that's kind of down to us now. So that will be a cost to come. And then obviously fuel is quite pricey. Being a, he's watching me film, he's like, what are you doing? He's really smiling. We've probably filled up 6 times in the 3 months, about £80 a go. I don't know why we only fill up £80 at a time, but it feels less painful that way. We are using premium diesel only on this, treating her well. So it's probably about £500 worth of fuel. And then on to the non-essentials. We replaced the wipers, £16 for a set of 3. The boot struts were £10. We haven't used them yet. The company said that they can no longer send them, so they refunded us the £10, but then they arrived anyway. Then we told them this and they said keep them. It's a bit weird, but anyway, we got free boot struts, so minus £10. The TDV8 badge was £22, which we still need to fit, and the Vogue badge was £10, which again we still need to fit. That's going to be coming up very soon in a video. Both from eBay. One's a genuine part, one's not. I'll talk about why we chose that in the video when we fit them. We got a very smelly rubber boot mat for £22. It's getting better, would you agree? It's less intense. Basically, when we first put it in, it absolutely stunk of this like horrible plastic smell, but like it was almost like I shouldn't be inhaling it. It felt wrong, but yeah, it is getting better each day, and it smells less of plastic in here, which is great. The genuine rubber boot mat was about £100, so we thought we'll just do the £22 one for now, see how it is. And actually it's a really nice mat now that it doesn't stink, and it fits perfectly. Then obviously we did our big detailing video. The machine polisher was about £80. We maybe spent 60 odd pounds worth of products, say £150 roughly on the detailing video, but those products aren't a one-time thing. We're going to continue to use them, so it's like a pay a lot now, have a hopefully fair few years worth of use, at least from the machine polisher, and a fair few more washes in all the products. So £1,116, obviously plus the 8.5 grand. But obviously that 8 grand is only a one-time amount. So yeah, just over £1 grand. Considering how much I've driven it, which is a fair bit. I mean, what mileage are we on now? What was it when we bought it? I've got it written down somewhere. Yeah, I think it was the latter part of 157,000, and it's now 159,311. So a good couple of thousand miles. No like huge trips. We do quite a lot of longer drives on it, maybe an hour, hour and a half away and back. And we just use it regularly. Like I'd say daily we use this car, maybe sort of 5-6 times a week on average, because obviously we've got the BMW as well. He's really smiling his head off. I think that's pretty good going. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me know in the comments what you think, if you think that's a fair price that I'm paying. So it's very loud. She's currently cleaning my sunroof. How are we looking? Much better. The wheels were looking horrendous. Okay, something's happened that's never happened to me before. We went to have a look at the car in the car park and they missed an entire wheel. It was like purple with brake dust all over it. But it's fine, we've come back. They were like, sorry, they're redoing all the wheels, bless them. I would actually highly recommend it here. It's called Albion Car Wash. Really nice guys, only £15, and it's actually a really good job. Minus the one wheel missing, but it's fine, all good. Easy mistake to make. Some cars have 3 wheels, maybe they just had a 3-wheeler in before me, and easy, yeah, I don't know. But this extra bit of time does give me the perfect opportunity to talk about these. These are Lytmi's new open ear headphones. So firstly, I love how these look. I love the little case they come in. It's a little magnetic close. Beautiful colour. They also have them in black, but I went for the kind of beigey colour here, which, as you can tell, I like beige. Matches the interior of my car quite nicely. The case charges them, which is amazing. They also have an affordable price tag. On top of that, there is going to be a code on the screen right now and a link below if you want to check them out for yourself. In addition to the usual advantages of headphones, which you all know, these have a few extra little features that I want to talk about. So firstly, they are super comfortable and very lightweight. So they weigh only 6.7 grams. Hang on. Never done a brand deal while getting my car washed before. Everyone's looking at me while I film as well, so they're like, what is going on? They're one of the lightest headphones in the world, and the fit is very comfortable. It's almost like there's nothing there, super lightweight, and they stay on your ears really nicely as well because of this little loop. This right here is the world's thinnest ear frame. Quite a statistic there. So super flexible, and also the stability is great. They sit nicely in your ear because of this little weighted bit at the bottom, and it's just quite a satisfying fit. The great flexibility is due to being made from liquid silicone. They connect really easily via Bluetooth. The sound quality is great. It's got some powerful highs and a really good bass as well. Great option for everyday use, taking to the gym, watching Lucy on Cars videos when you're at work. Quite discreet, aren't they? Come for a walk in the woods now. I like to get my steps in every day, try and get 10,000 a day. Doesn't always happen, not gonna lie, but I do try. And I've got my earphones in, and it's just so nice to get some fresh air. But like I said, these are just so comfy. I just sort of don't really know they're even in there. And the sound quality is really nice. It feels like my podcast people are inside my ear. Like I'm in the room with them, is probably the better way to say that. It's so beautiful here. It's around sunrise time. Anyway, let's spin back to the rest of this video you're watching now, and I'm going to go and hit my 10k for the day. Like I said, there's going to be a code on the screen now where you can get a discount, and also a link below to the website, so make sure you check it out. So we've now come to Tesco's, and I'm not going to bore you with a food shop because I think I've already done that on the channel once for some reason, and I'm not going to do it again, luckily for you. But plans for the future with this car, we've got quite a few bits we want to do. Like, as you know, we need to sort the boot out, get the badges on, we're getting the wheels changed, 95% sure we're doing that. We're still figuring out whether or not we want to clear glass it. Part of me thinks not to, because we've got a 2-year-old and it would be annoying for him, and we might have to then put a blind up anyway for him, for the sun. But I do quite like the look of clear glass. We basically got some ideas to kind of restore it back to original shape, because as you know, we've got L405 wheels on at the moment, and there's just a few things that kind of look a bit too modern for my liking. There are some rust areas, like for example here, and I feel like it's getting worse, and we're coming into winter and it's going to get worse still. So that's definitely something we probably need to address at some point. There's a rust specialist near where we live, so we could potentially take it in there and get their opinion and just see how severe they think it is and how quickly we need to get something done, because it's in quite a few places around the car now. Like the lower arches, you can see, I'll let George get in there and show you. You can see just down there. I feel like it's getting quite bad. I mean, I feel like our last one was worse, but it's still not ideal. But I know how common it is with these cars, so it's like kind of one of those things you come to expect, but still would be quite nice to do something about it before it gets too much worse. But then equally, this isn't like it's probably not a long-term car for us in terms of like owning it forever, because we've got loads of other ideas on the channel, and for our ownership experience, I don't know how long we'll have it for, but I'm not going to have it for like 10 years. You know, my keep forever L322 will be green, so this isn't my forever car, but we do still have lots of fun plans with this. I even love the idea of getting some sort of roof tent put on it and going camping with it. We've got plans, we've got trips we want to take with it. We want to take it to France again, maybe. We want to drive up the country a bit with it. We've been invited to an off-road place, which we might do. But yeah, lots of things to come. Like I said, fairly positive experience so far with this car. Once we go to the specialist soon, they might break the news that it's not so positive after all. Ever the pessimist. Fingers crossed again that we can get a few of these little things ironed out and it'll be an even better drive. Also, do you think my air suspension needs calibrating? I really feel like it's lower at the back. It's so hard to tell, but no, it is a lot lower at the back. It seems like it's sort of sat on its bottom a little bit in a bit of a sulk, like a dog sort of sat on its bum. I know with the gap tool you can calibrate it. I don't own a gap tool, but again, could talk to the specialist or we could try and do it ourselves. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, as always, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Thanks so much again for all the support on the channel, and I'll see you very soon in the next Lucy on Cuts. Goodbye.